Welcome to the US election 2024 global currency roundup. Yes, shocking. Girls, we agreed when we started the financial report. Here at Bar Talk, we are in self appointed global accountability watchdog for the US dollar. The US dollar is the global trading currency. Okay, the honorable members are Isabel, Melissa, Marianne, Darlene, Isabella, and the Honorable Jason when he's available. Today's topic is question and answers with Jose and friends. Marianne suggested, since we were there, she wanted to ask Jose and his friends some questions from the recent interview with Harris and and her running mate with Dana Bash, was it? I believe. Okay, they say one. She was asked about why is it that the border had the problem for 3 years and nothing was done. And she said that she was asked by her boss, Biden, to solve the situation. And she solved it through finding out causation, and she solved it by giving those countries a lot of resources, and the people stopped coming. Jose, this question is for you. If this is the case, she said she did that earlier on in the administration, but the reflection was just like she claimed it has just been reflected. Jose said that that's not true. The people stopped coming because most of them are killed, harvested in Mexico after they have given their vote. And some of them, this is a new reality from Jose actually, and from the guys, they said that it's not only Mexico they've given vote. They also take their votes in Panama, and then they're killed there as well. And the few that actually arrive at the border, they're collected and taken to this warehouse. That's what they say. So of course it appears as if less people are coming because this is what they've done. They have not given any resources to any country to fix anything. They have not done that. That's what they say. If that's the case, most of them would not be in the situation that they're in. And they want to know, they say, Miss Harris, why don't you tell us what happened to all those people daily that left on these buses? And why don't you explain to us? Because apparently, Jose said that he spent 12 hours in the computer department at this warehouse when he escaped, because he slipped into this room that says staff only because he was hiding or something. And he wind up in this computer room where they process everything. There is a processing, it's like the brain of the organization. And because Darlene said that she was not sure if she understood I believe the voting situation, like when they step off the bus and they're greeted with this kind of administration protocol, and they were given this, what was it? Is it paper form or it was a tablet? Jose said it was a tablet that has Harris and Biden's picture, and they should click on the picture they like, and that would be the vote. Okay, so it was a tablet that goes to the computer department. Anyway, Jose is a computer engineer, he said, and he could not believe his luck when he opened the door and he said it is 3,500 computers inside there. And he saw in the closet they have these jackets that he put one on and pretend as if he was there to maintain the computers. And he said he spent 12 hours in there, and he believes that's what saved his life, because they thought genuinely that he was there as a computer tech. Of course, he harvested, he said, a lot of information, and it's already sent back to his country. And the rest of the guys told me that they have received copies from Jose, and they too send these information back to their countries. So if anything should happen to them, this information is going to be a hot ticket. So they're just informing the government that do not try to do anything smart. Just give us what we want and let us go home. Okay? That's what they're saying. And so, and he also said that they have this Jose said that they have a department that they do identity transfer and identity theft likeness. Like they change your face to somebody else's. When they steal your life, they steal your face as well. And they believe that's what happened to the original Kamala Harris, because she was in law in her job. It was a dangerous job that she has, that this one harvested and took over her life. And they say that's the theory they are going with. And yeah, so apparently he said that he saw a lot of letters from 2020, a lot of software that was used in 2020 that they're trying to resurrect for 2024 software. And somebody should start looking into that. That's what he said. Somebody, I don't know if it's understood properly, but based on what he said, that he saw software from 2020 election in there, and he was wondering why they need 3,500 computers in a desert, like a warehouse that is off the beaten path, until he checked it. He said it was a genius situation he did. He could not believe his luck when he started switching them on, and he saw all kinds of. And he said in his final word that has he has copies of 3 different software. And he said that Miss Harris would know what he's talking about. Please note that I have not seen the software, and I told them I don't want to see it. I don't need a copy of it. I just need them to tell the story, because we are representing global poverty and the US dollar. We don't really need to get into US election and those things. they can do with as they wish. I am just telling that we did not see any copy of it, and we did not wish to see any copy of it because they too send copy off to their families. Yes, and the from Jose to the Jamaicans to the Nigerians to all that, they all exchange information. They are all exchanging information, and I don't know. I think that I don't know. He said the computer department actually saved his life because it gave him time to flex, to to move to the next level where they escaped and they went into the bushes. Of course, I never asked him about how he got connected with the others because I think more or less they it's enough just to hear his story because I can use my imagination with the others. But he said he spent a good 12 hours in the computer department and he made as much copy of hard drive as he could and forward what he could forward and keep what he could keep on him and all of that. He has information for days, he said. So I guess, Miss Harris, you have made some enemies, huh? Do you know what? Sometimes when somebody asks you for a sandwich, it's good to just give them the sandwich and leave them alone. Hmm? Don't deny the sandwich. You deny this, people get angry, you know? And then when they turn on you, it's very difficult to fix it. It's difficult to fix. So girls, in our reflection, what I believe the situation is this is totally off script for the border and the administration that governs the border when it comes to the as they call them the getaways or gotaways or whatever they call them. They're not supposed to get away. Once you get on that bus, it's like it's sealed. It's the journey in is so the drive is so long that it's almost impossible for you to get away. So I think once you escape, there's no real internal protocol to help, like internal security that will say, okay, that guy is one of them from the bus and he should not be walking around like that. I think the reality is maybe now they would have contingency plan for these kind of internal escapee. Because from what Jose said, he said that he could smell blood and gore and these kind of bodily stuff and burnt hair. He said he never forget this burnt hair. He's constantly smelling burnt hair and he's like, are they cooking animals or what they're doing here? And he became very suspicious and walking up in the line. And what he said, though, it's not like he's no big genius in terms of his escape. He said he was very suspicious of the smells. He did not like the smell of blood. It was very strong. And then he saw the door that says employee only, and the line was moving in. And he said he just ushered to the door and tried it. Like he went to lean on the door and he tried it and it opened. And he just slipped in there and closed it behind him because he did not want a trail. Because a trail would have uncovered him. Meaning if the door was left open, other people in the line could have followed him. And he wasn't even sure what he was getting into. But then what he fell into was something that he would consider um, Aladdin's cave. From um, this robe in the computer department. He went into the closet. He fell into the closet because when the door opened, they have the stuff for cleaning on both sides when it says staff only, and then another door that opens to this grand computer. He said it was like a grand computer. It's like unbelievable. 3,500 computers. So you can imagine the space. It's like a grand auditorium with computers. My God. He said he could not believe his luck. And he's a computer tech. Of course, Jose is very educated. And he did not look Latin. He has no Latin features. Because his parents, apparently, they're European. And they went to Latin America, I'm sure like everybody else during the 1940s exodus from Europe. So I think that too helped him because he did not look the typical look. And his English does not sound Latin English. It's very European kind of English. Because he went to school in England, he said. So I don't know how Jose wind up at the board. I never asked him. I don't want to know. It's kind of funny, though, that when people are sharing stories with you, all you need to do basically is to listen. All of us, Darlene, Marianne, Vet, Melissa, Isabella, and Isabel, we all have the same questions. And so, and this was, we would like to know who sponsored these trips, who pays. And we decided to ask the guys, okay. The first one went to Jamaica. The Jamaicans told that they were on holiday in Mexico. It was like a boys' trip. And then they saw this long line and they asked what was going down. And they were told that if they walk across the border, they would get a green card and free cell phone and all kinds of. And they thought, are you totally serious? They have nothing to do, so they say, why not? Why not? Just by walking across the border. That's what they were told. But the prerequisite is they would need to vote. Okay. The Syrians told that they were invited by Harris and Obama and the Rainbow Push Foundation, Jesse Jackson. The Nigerians, they were invited by Rainbow Push. The Venezuelan, same. Rainbow Push, the NGO from Jesse Jackson. The Colombian, the Chilean, the Venezuelan, the Chinese, So, all in all, I think I've asked all, and they said that it was the NGO, Jesse Jackson's NGO. They were very clear. They made sure to say it was Reverend Jesse Jackson's and Obama, well, in Syria. And the Lebanese, they say the same, that it was Obama, Harris, and Jesse Jackson. Syrian and the Lebanese said that they were invited, and their expenses were paid to Mexico, and they were told that they will have to walk to the border where they will get the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They would get every single thing on the planet they were promised. Okay. And as you know, the nightmare when they arrived at the border and they saw the hell, they wanted to go home. Because contrary to what people think, that people actually goes to America because America is beautiful. People go there because of work. Really. If one has work at their own in their own country, they would not go to America. Because I've seen some beautiful countries around the world, and the only problem they have is inflation and lack of employment opportunity. Now, if we can fix this, if we can get respectful balance of workforces in individual countries, then we are on the road to repair global poverty, right? And this mission is has to be carefully investigated and executed. It's not a joke to try to find or put men into work so they can take care of their family. It's an honor, actually. It's a honor. And to do so, serious talks will have to be made with the US government and individual countries to work out a trade deal between the US dollar and each country. Some kind of proper agreement has to be made moving forward. And this is the main step, the first step to solving global poverty. The men must be employed. That is it. We must aim to put tons of cash in the pockets of men, and everything will become bright and beautiful. That's my mission. And this is what the guys told me. And they're asking for Mr. Jackson and Obama to come to the border with a package for them to go home, because since they arrived, they have seen none of these people who invited them to come to the border. They have never seen them again. I mean, not even hello guys, how are you? Nothing. They're just there to their own devices. So they're asking the NGO to come and help them go home. They want a package to go home. Okay? So Mr. Jackson, if you hear this, they need to talk to you. They need you to come and help them to go home. You brought them there and they want to go home. They don't want to be in America. They don't want to be at the border. They want nothing to do with America. They want to go home. Okay? That's what they say. They say your NGO was the one that paid their way to Americas and to Mexico. And now they want to go home. They want to go back home, and they need a package to go home because they've lost everything. They've lost everything, they say. It's sad. It's really sad that the NGO would act in this manner. Really? Wow. Wow. I wonder who governed these NGOs, why they can do these things without supervision. It's kind of scary, isn't it? So they were very clear to make sure to say that the government of their country has nothing to do with this, them being at the border. Because I think they said that Mr. Trump said that the government was the one that sent them there, and they said no, it was NGOs that brought them there. So, Mr. Jackson, they would like to speak to you. And they said when you're coming, you should bring your sidekick Obama because he was involved in this mission. And Harris. All three of you they would like to speak with at the border, and they need a package to go home. I mean, and he's educated, and he's a very calm, spiritual person. So, a good man. And he's very clear he's not poor because he's the one taking care of these guys. And they're not getting any monies from the state nor nothing. He's using his own monies to do it. So how did Jose wind up in that situation? I don't want to know. I think he'll tell me. That could be to be continued. That will be a good story. If he would share that with me, I'd be honored to make a story out of it. Because he's intriguing. Everybody wants more of Jose. Right, girls? We all love him. He's a sweetheart, isn't he? Oh my goodness. All right, so I think that was a good one. The story is very good. And like I said, when people want to love on you and you reject them and they turn on you, it's very difficult to fix it. It's very difficult when a fascination turns into a horror. It's just difficult, and this is what we have here. And when I think, was it Melissa? Melissa asked Jose, who would you prefer? Well, she asked the group, who would you prefer to win in the election? Of course, they say they don't have any preference, and the information that they're given should not be misunderstood that they like any of the two candidates, but telling the truth and put the right man in for the at this moment by telling what happened. It might appear as if they're on Mr. Trump's side, and they're not. They say they're just telling their story as to what happened to them. That is what they're doing, and the result is the result. Whatever you think after you've heard the story, you're still free to go and vote for his or her, and that's your choice, he said. But they want it to be very clear that they have no preference in the situation. They just want to go home. They don't want to spend one more hour on American soil. And they say when they go home, they don't even know, they'll never return to America. They're not impressed. That's what they say. They're just not impressed. Yeah. They said love and hate can never be friends. So The moral of the story is when someone asks you for a sandwich, just give them the sandwich. They don't ask for your opinion, and they don't care about your opinion. They ask you for a sandwich. Okay? Refusal of this sandwich could be very dangerous. I rest my case. Well, girls, I hope I've done a good one with this one, but it's intended for entertainment actually, even though it's sad. It's also, you have to admit, it's entertaining. And it's what happened to them. It's their story. It's their story, and they deserve to be heard. And the 10 guys are very good men. Very, very good men. I pray for them. And plus, if they ever need help, I told that we will help them in terms of if they need any help that we can help them with, maybe money, but they don't need. Jose has no need for money. He has money. So he said he could never take money from girls. He said I'm a man. I give girls money. I don't take monies from girls. Okay, Jose. Okay. We're girls. We like that. It's okay. See, he's a good man. He understood the protocol of girls. We're supposed to be loved and taken care of. God bless you, Jose. It's all about the show. It's all about the money till the deal is done, okay? Cash talking keeps the trade alive. I hope I did a good job with this topic, girls. I love to love you, baby. I am Dr. Barr. We'll be again.